She swore on the life of our daughter that she didn't. She admitted to dancing and flirting, but nothing more. This led to a larger conversation about her thoughts on emotionless S-word fun. Welcome back to the Hollowed Halls of Magic's Monologue. I'm Magic, your curator of personal growth and the sage keeper of the keys to today's tome of wisdom and knowledge. Today's video, my 32 male wife, 30 female friend cheated on her fiancé at her bachelorette party. My wife doesn't think it's a big of enough deal. Help. But before embarking on an expedition to knowledge and many people's abysmal life choices, I thank you for the thumbs up you've given me, the subscribe, and the smacking of the bell to be instantly notified of new videos. Let's begin the journey. Ask any male dancer or bartender what really happens at many female bachelorette parties, and what you may learn just might curl your toes. This is my perspective on the issue. If you're going to get married, do not do those parties. Male strip clubs don't allow men to touch the dancers. However, this is less true when it comes to male dancers and female patrons. It is not uncommon for male dancers to smash with the bride, the maid of honor, or in some cases, the maid of dishonor. Hell, even the bride's mother during the party, and her female friends cover it up. Can this happen with men? Absolutely. Cheating does not discriminate with gender. However, the time to take care of a problem is before you have one. Therefore, if you're a man and you lead your relationship as you should be on an evolutionary level, then no bachelorette parties with male strippers. Now, what if you found out your wife knew about the bride's infidelity and remained silent? What would you do? What does it say about your wife? What does it say about your marriage? A few weeks ago, my wife went to Miami for one of her best friend's bachelorette's party. After she got back, I overheard a conversation between my wife and another one of her friends that was also at the bachelorette party. Long story short, the bride-to-be cheated on her fiancé while she was there. She met a guy at the club and took him back to her hotel room. In other words, guys, she shagged him. She shagged him rotten, baby. This is why I say no bachelorette parties, and you must put your foot down on this. Granted, you can't stop someone from doing something stupid. However, in such a case, give them lots of rope to hang themselves. If you need a last night to act like you're single and not in a committed relationship, then you shouldn't be getting married. If she tells you, I don't care what you say, I'm having this party with male strippers and drinking to get drunk, I would tell you now, nothing good will come of this. Consider this, gentlemen, as a major show of her disrespect for you. Let her get away with it. Expect an escalation of such behavior after the wedding. Second, she is no longer operating in your frame. You are now operating in hers, and that will not end well. If you were one of my coaching clients, I would tell you to call off the wedding, especially if you were smart and made it a hard limit long before the wedding planning began. I was shocked. To me, this was a big deal. The wedding is in a few weeks, but my wife didn't think it was a big enough of a deal. She said the bride shouldn't have done it, but it was just sex with a guy she'd never see again. So the fact that she'd never see him again is the determinant for that moral stance. Okay. Girl logic. Are you seeing what I'm seeing here, guys? This poor bastard, this is the moment where he is starting to realize the truth about who he married. She said the bride shouldn't have done it, but it was just S-word fun with a guy she'd never see again. Just one last fling before her friend settled down, nothing to call off a wedding for. I could not believe what I was hearing, and my thoughts immediately turned to my wife's bachelorette party. She went to Vegas for the weekend with the same group. She didn't think it was a big deal. Did she hook up with someone while she was there? Okay, folks. In the comments section below, answer his question. What do you think happened when she had her party in Vegas? Go ahead and pause while you do that. My take is yes, she did. Here's a couple lessons to learn here. 1. Vet your woman before you marry her. You'd think at this point, for many people who watch my videos, I shouldn't have to tell you this, but there's always new people. The fact that he is blindsided by her belief system tells me he did not have the infidelity is a deal breaker conversation and what constitutes infidelity. If he did, then she told him what he wanted to hear, and now the truth is coming out. 2. While you're vetting her, you also must vet her friends. I don't care how nice, sweet, or loving your girl is. If she hangs out with a group of single, divorced 304s, then dude, I'm sorry. She is sympathetic to their moral code. If she, at her core, was not the same as them, then they would not be her friends. Women keep other women single. Let me say that again. Women keep other women single. This means you can count on one or more of her girlies to lead her down the path of stupidity to sabotage your relationship. If you are serious about building a life with a woman and she has friends like this guy's wife, don't do it. Don't marry her, because you can count on them to encourage her and cover for her eventual infidelity as a huge FU to you and your marriage. She swore on the life of our daughters that she didn't. Bull crap. The only way I would believe her is if she took a polygraph test from an APA certified examiner. She admitted to dancing and flirting, but nothing more. Dancing with maybe her pants off on something that belongs to him. Basically, what you're getting here, dude, is trickle truth. This led to a larger conversation about her thoughts on emotionless sex. Another shocker. Wow, you seem to be having a lot of those. Was that she admitted that if I was the type of guy who would be okay with her sleeping with other guys, she would probably do it. There's no probably about it. She knows I wouldn't be okay with it, so she has never brought it up. Slap to the back of the head. Dude, wake up and smell the cheap K-Cup instant coffee. She either has already cheated on you, is cheating on you, or based upon her moral code, will be cheating on you. Either way, you're screwed, and not in a fun way either, and not in a good way all around. Yet, however, and I could be wrong, but it's only a matter of time. She again said that sex isn't love, and that she has always been able to sleep with men and not get attached. Her friends think the same way. All right, red freaking flag here. The female brain, due to oxytocin and other chemical processes, is not designed to separate sex from love. Those processes are part of the pair bonding mechanism whereby a woman bonds with her husband or future life mate. Your wife has just admitted that her pair bonding process is so damaged that she is okay with emotionless sex with other men who are not you. Let me say this again. She again said that sex isn't love, and that she has always been able to sleep with other men and not get attached. Her friends think the same way. Now, this begs the question. How freaking high was her body count before you married her? Since this is all such a shock to you, can I assume you didn't spend years vetting her at all? I hope to God you are not one of those guys who never got female attention. Of course, the moment you start earning good income, which means you can provide, a woman like her comes along, sees you are easy pickings and easy to manipulate. Look, bro, I'm sorry. However, I have to wonder about her motivations for marrying you. I suspect she was hitting 30 and needed to get a ring on the finger. But you may have married her for love, and she married you because you were the guy she settled for. You were the easiest to control and the best deal she could find at the time. We men have this fantasy of finding a good woman who runs the race with us, struggles with us, and together we cross the finish line to a great life. Yeah, well, if you believe that, you're a sucker. Sure, some of us do win the lottery. However, for the majority of men, women only want to hang out at the finish line and compete for the winners. Now, I'm not thinking about divorce, but I feel like my entire world has been turned upside down. What does everyone think? Slap to the back of the head. You should be thinking of divorce because you married a cheater. Talk about clutching a viper to your chest. I'll come back to this in a moment. Edit. I wanted to add one more thing that gives a little more insight to her thinking. She mentioned that if I had a purely physical affair, she would be able to forgive me. Oh, isn't that nice? But if it was emotional, then it would be over. I'm the complete opposite. If my wife had an emotional affair, I'd see this as something I could fix. I don't know if that's just a guy thing or not. Right. If you are one of those poor souls whose life is similar to this guy's situation, then here is what I think you should do. First off, You need to quietly and discreetly let the groom know what you heard. You also need to let him know he cannot throw you under the bus either. I'm sure if he checks her phone and her text chats with her girls, he'll find something. If he doesn't know how, call a PI and get immediate professional help, or if he gets one of them to break by threatening to tell their guy what they all were up to. You'll be amazed how quickly many women are to throw their friends under the bus to avoid consequences, aka accountability. Next, find out who is the meanest, most vicious female divorce attorney in town. Pay for an hour meeting, and like talking to your CPA doing tax planning, you need to do divorce planning. Get your head out of your ass and learn your options: the good, the bad, and the ugly. This is the time to protect your assets and get the LLC, trusts, or whatever your lawyer recommends lined up. Time to secretly get the house wired and have a legal plan for when you do catch her cheating. If you were me, I would buy her a new cell phone with professionally installed monitoring software as a gift. If you have kids, DNA test them, since, according to DNA testing services, 1/3 of fathers in America are not the father. As I always say, play chess. Do not play checkers. Once you've followed all the attorney's advice to maximize asset protection and evidence gathering, focus on your relationship and have a good life. Don't go trying to manifest a divorce. If anything, I hope I'm wrong and you make it like my parents have for 60 plus years, happy, healthy, and a functional relationship. Let's be clear. I want to be wrong here. However, sadly, I don't think I am. In the comments section, give your thoughts as to what you think he should do about telling the groom and dealing with his wife. Remember, they have a daughter, so shall he prepare and ride this into the ground, or get out now? If you found value in this channel, then help a brother out by doing 3 things. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, and share this with at least 3 friends who need to learn from this channel. Confession is good for the soul and this channel. Send me your personal relationship stories to share, or if you see an article online you think I should cover, send the link to stories@magicsmonologue.com. If you have a moment, subscribe to my Locals, Rumble, X, Getter, or Gab for future politically incorrect content, which this platform would definitely not appreciate. Through this, you're leading by example, encouraging other men to rise higher, and ensuring you live a life of passion, purpose, and prosperity. If you're watching this on YouTube and want another video like this one, then click here to watch Cousin's Betrayal Wedding Invite. Turns into marriage destroying nightmare. Otherwise, you can't wait for another new video, then click on one of these right now and watch another. Know the risks, play the game wisely, and I'll see you in the winner's circle.